Well, let me tell you something, brother. Welcome to the Real Weird Sickos podcast. My name is Charles Kahn. I am the meme bastard. From Hell's Heart, I bring you Real Weird Sickos live from Sicko Town, Weirdsville, USA. That's right, it's the podcast. Everybody loves it. All singing, all dancing. With me, as always, the lovely Doe Jangles. Jenna, how are you, Jenna?
I have a puppy in my throat. I'm very, very,
you have
very
a
sick
puppy in your
But I'm dedicated.
I'm
dedicated.
Puppy?
I'm here. I'm dying and I'm fucking here.
You know who else is here and who's also dying? Rusty Cage.
Hey. Hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, I love Rusty. Rusty is the most creative guy on the internet working right now. He has done so much good shit. I tell everybody right now, I'm like, man, everybody should be following what Rusty's doing. Between the TikTok stuff, he's doing like all these really creative shorts and silly shit. He's got, the music career. I'm telling you, this guy knows how to put together a good song, Jenna. They're so creative, and there's the good theming. Like it's.
I think I
makes you feel something.
Get your head chopped off for probably 4 days straight.
Oh, really?
I like the one.
Yeah, I did. I really liked it.
I really like the one, The Grave. You know, drinking whiskey every night, different women. I love that one. I think that one's fantastic.
Do you know somebody put the new song? They uploaded it to a Beat Saber mod.
Oh, that's funny.
It's super fucking hard too. Like I was trying to do it. And it was just like one of those like ridiculous like levels like on Beat Saber, and I'm like, I can't even fucking do it.
Wait,
it was just like
Beat Saber?
I think it's a VR.
You know that
it's like a
VR game.
It's like lightsaber VR stuff, right? Like a Guitar Hero kind of thing.
So there's these mods that people make, you know, like and these modded levels, and there's like a whole bunch of your songs on there.
Oh, cool! I hope I get some royalties from that.
You probably will not.
Yeah. Where's the money, Jenna? You illegally downloaded a song.
Because when you put that mod on Beat Saber, it's like you cannot update Beat Saber because it will fucking kick the mod off, and it's really, really, really fucking annoying.
Oh, wow, okay.
The Avian
It's one
Crux.
of those. It's really, 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 really.
The Avian Crux Corporation demands their money, Jenna. Very serious business.
Yeah, I know, right? True.
I don't like sharing any of my stuff on the internet unless it comes with
monetized. Full monetization.
All has to be monetized.
Double monetized. 100%. Use code BASTARD at checkout. Coffeebrandcoffee.com. We all know.
Speaking of which, so you started building a guillotine about a year ago.
That's right.
Yeah, it's been taking a long time. I really didn't plan on it taking so long, but it's not like the actual building part takes a while. That actually goes pretty quickly, but it was everything around it with filming and editing and all the other aspects of the video, like research and whatnot, that is definitely taking me more time. A lot of the writing is holding me back, but I feel bad because I didn't want to drag this out as long as I have. So it is coming to an end soon. I didn't realize it was already at the 1 year mark.
It's the saga. The saga of the guillotine. It's
getting close. But you're chopping stuff.
Yeah, I'm still, updating the guillotine. It's built essentially in the sense that, it's functioning about 20 feet tall. Just made some stairs leading up to it yesterday. And the next few steps is to make it look really pretty. Put some stains and paint and whatnot. Yeah, I want it to look iconic.
Like Rusty could end up
You gotta beat it before those really harsh Florida summer fucking really kicks in.
I think Rusty's gonna have a second career just renting out that guillotine to like horror movie productions, stage crews that want to have like crazy heavy metal shows. Oh, you could pack it down and travel it. It could be part of a traveling sideshow. The Rusty Cage live show. Come and get killed live on stage.
I mean, I really don't see why not. What makes this so big is like it's on a platform. Hey, give me 1 second. My audio just messed up. Sorry.
That's okay.
That's fine, Russ. We got you.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Hey, we're going to have to do another clap test.
Yeah, no problem. At least you caught it before it was like,
it messed up. I messed something up last time. It was like, I just
Hopefully
unplugged it.
We all have. We all have.
1 second, and then plugged it back in. It was like, okay, everything's fine. Didn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. It's something with my program. It just it put a latency on my monitoring, and then it stopped recording. All right, so this is time.gov.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right, you want to do...
We'll do it 10.
Okay.
So you got a platform for the guillotine.
Yeah.
How high up is that platform? It looks like it's a good 10 feet off the ground, maybe more.
No, the platform's about 7 feet, and then it's an additional 12 and a half on top of that. But it really would be possible to, I don't know, think up more simple plans for disassembling it and then assembling it anywhere I'd need to. The platform can't be moved around since it's stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't see why I wouldn't try to do something at like Renaissance fairs or
oh god,
that would be
that'd be fantastic. Yeah. I have some photos of Rusty at a Renaissance fair that are great meme fodder. He's dressed as like an old-timey priest or something. Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that. Like he's Friar Rust.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that outfit is. I just thought it was something kind of from 1700s.
Sure, why not?
I knew like how massive like it was, like, like you were spending a lot of time, even just putting together the platform. Like I remember seeing Brittany, your girlfriend, tweet like that she stepped on like a screw and like hurt her foot and started bleeding really badly. And I was I'm like, damn, he's out there all the time, huh?
That was poor etiquette on my part by leaving board of the screw in it just anywhere around the construction site.
Oof. It's like that. So, there's a scene in
because you've done this completely all yourself.
Yeah, I have, and mainly because I thought it would look cooler or it'd make for better content if I'm struggling to do something that would be much easier with 2 friends helping. But that's mainly just the heavy lifting aspect of it. It is funny though, because when I'm standing on the platform, I can see into my neighbor's yard and I can see out to the street, which means that from those positions, they can see a guillotine.
They see exactly
Did your neighbors come over and go, "Is that a fucking guillotine?"
Well, one of them did. Not my direct next door neighbor, but one that lives in the neighborhood. I was mowing the lawn and he walks by and he just he waves. I wave back and then he kind of stops, hesitates, turns around, comes up and he's like, I just have to ask. I was just curious. Is that a guillotine back there? I was like, yes, it is. He's like, okay. I mean, I don't mind. Hey, that's cool. I was just curious because I could see it from the road. So he didn't really seem to care. But
Florida.
I don't know about the next door neighbor.
I feel like Florida, anything goes. Like people walk their lizards at the beach. Like it's and like pierced lizards with like crazy. I mean, like full ladders all the way down the lizard. And they're just walking a lizard.
Yeah. I guess like if you had a neighbor that was like pretty, like kind of an asshole about like city code and shit.
Excuse you.
I know that there got a permit for that guillotine. Like, yeah, if you build it like over like there are some cities and whatever, like if you build it like over like,
oh god, according to this chart right here,
fence, like,
only allowed 17
or something
feet
like
worth
that,
of
they could freak out. So at least you didn't have like a neighbor that was like being an asshole, like it's going above, like the height is above the fence and my city code, blah 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 blah. And at least you didn't have any of that shit, Yeah,
well, not yet anyways, but I didn't really even think about that. Because when I was looking at codes, I was looking at like codes for decks and a lot of habitable construction things. Those are like the ones that they enforce the code on. But since I don't really consider this a habitable structure, it's just an art piece.
Yeah, there you go.
I figured I could get away with it.
Yeah,
it's an art piece.
If there's a height thing, well, yeah, it's a prop. It's a prop for video series.
Yeah. Oh man, that defends him against anything.
It's not a permanent fixture. It's not like a totally permanent fixture because it's like, if
it's only for this year, Jenna.
Yeah. It's like a Christmas decoration in a way. It's like, do you need a permit for a Christmas decoration? No, you fucking don't. So, I mean, this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I'm rolling the dice on it. If someone complains or if the insurance inspectors come out and they see it and they're like, all right, we need to bring out a code inspector and they say something.
Yeah.
I'll want to know
code?
what it is. Yeah, like what is it that I'm doing that's not up to code, or is it required on something like this?
Picture some
they
little
wouldn't
gal.
even know. You know what? I think at that point, like nobody's ever dealt with a fucking guillotine before.
Right.
Yeah.
To the point where they're going to be like, how do they even write that up?
I picture a gal.
You know?
I picture a little gal with her hands on her hips, looking at it, going, this guillotine might kill somebody.
Yeah, right. This doesn't look safe.
This doesn't look safe. You're not going to kill anybody with this, are you? Give you one of those.
Depends.
I mean, I'm
going to play it by ear. If something happens, if they send someone out and I get a complaint, it'll be interesting content, if anything, and I would love to fight it as long as I
that'd be good. Then there'd be the courtroom arc of the man defending his guillotine. Beloved Florida man defends guillotine in court.
Florida man defends guillotine in court. Exactly.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, it's actually fucking
man
genius.
marries guillotine.
Because what could they really say if I don't have the blade on there? I don't keep the blade on there when I'm not using it, mainly because it rusts really easy.
Oh.
So right now it's just a weird wooden contraption. Yeah. And if that's not allowed, I want to know exactly why or why not.
They need to show you the code to back it up,
right.
Or source. They can't make it up.
Yeah, why the fuck would they? Like, why would they care that much? But
oh God, this country.
I think it's been up long enough where I don't think you're gonna have any problems. But as far as like it being a guillotine, have you had any monetization problems?
Not really. I mean, kind of just the same amount of monetization as I normally do. But I thought at first that using guillotine in the title would kind of mess with the algorithm or make it seem like it's not a safe video, but I don't know if that's true. I'm just leaving it out just in case.
Because guillotine it's not super, it's not like gun or knife or anything like that, right. Because it's not a super common thing.
I kind of
something you see nowadays.
Well, this whole series, I started out because I felt like my YouTube channel was dying, which it probably was just from not uploading enough on it. So I wanted to try something big and new. And, it feels like the channel has some sort of weird shadow ban on it. I don't know if that's true, but I wanted to figure out every possible way that I could get around it. So if I was making some mistake and having guillotine in the title, I said, all right, I'll just cut it out. I'll call it a lemonade stand and people will get the joke. They'll all understand. And I think everyone now does.
Yeah.
Like they really ran with the lemonade stand thing probably more than I anticipated.
It's a great gimmick.
I might have to make lemonade now.
Yeah, make lemonade, make T-shirts, have Rusty's old-fashioned lemonade.
Yeah.
Sell it by the basketful.
I need to look into what it takes to actually make a good carbonated beverage, one. And then two, how do I sell it in stores? I could sell it at farmers markets and bottle it myself, but if I want to sell it in stores, then I'm subject to the FDA.
Maybe you could be like these YouTube coffee guys.
I don't know what you may want. Have you looked into your state's cottage food laws?
I thought that was maybe not close enough, but I'm pretty sure those laws here just allow me to sell them at markets and stuff.
Yeah, if there's some of them that like as long as the supplier, I think is down with it, and then you have like all of your ingredients and shit, like you could get people to just go ahead and do it. So you may want to look into it. And I think you could probably ship, so you could totally look into the cottage laws.
Imagine he sells the lemonade stand T-shirt with an official Rusty Cage
seriously,
can of lemonade.
If you bottled up the lemonade and sold it, as long as you have all the ingredients, I think it's like as long as you have all the ingredients and you're paying like your state permit for it, I think it's totally doable.
What if Rusty just went to a local grocery store, got a bunch of mason jars, made up his own mason jars full of lemonade, and then just shipped it out to everybody?
Yeah.
Is that illegal? That can't be illegal, can it? Man can't sell lemonade? Oh, we crossed state lines. We crossed state lines.
Yeah. That's the tale as old as time. Okay, so shutting down lemonade.
Yeah. But I think if,
find a little girl and put it all in her name.
If the pink sauce lady was able to ship, you're totally able to ship it.
I'm gonna look into it for sure. I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna get myself into another jackpot where I'm now I'm really in the lemonade stand business, and I didn't have the infrastructure to keep up with demand. And it's like, is this really what I want to do? I don't know, but it would be cool if I could figure out how to actually make a sustainable beverage business, mainly because I'm tired of these overly sugared drinks. I think they have way too much sugar and they're disgusting. So I want something for me and people that have a, I guess, more mild taste.
Yeah. I don't like things that are too sweet either.
Yeah, it kills me.
It can never be sweet enough for me, guys. I want extra sugar, extra cream. Like it just, just more. That's
I just can't
gluttony. That's what we're going to do. Gluttony and sloth. There'll be no pride. It's not allowed.
I know. But I think are you still doing, you're still doing the comic, right?
Slowly. I mean, that's the thing is I'm so single track minded where when I'm working on one project, I can't switch back and forth.
What are you up to now? 3 or 4?
I only have 3 out. I have the 4th one pretty much. I have most of them written out, at least in, broad outlines, but I want to get the 4th one done. But then everyone's like, when's the next album coming out? So it's like, all right, I got to make another album before I make another comic book. And I got to finish the Guillotine series before I make the album.
It's never
At least
done.
you don't have content ADD though.
Like what? Just getting started on something and
then just like getting overwhelmed and then needing, and then like, oh, I need to go start this and then never finish anything.
Yeah.
I think that happens to a lot.
See, that's what I like about Rusty. Rusty has the crazy ideas, the big ideas. Nobody else is making a guillotine who's gotten more. Like anybody just go make a guillotine, but to make a guillotine and then make it this whole saga of, taking the short content, the long content, the way that he's got everything edited together, showing the struggle, showing the effort, showing the power of this thing as the blade comes down and slices through a watermelon. Like there's real drama that he's created with this guillotine series that I don't think somebody else could do.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, at least you're not, I'm going to go start an album, but I haven't finished this. And then, you know what, I might as, because I think that's where a lot of people actually just go really wrong when they have too many irons in the fire and then they can't finish anything. And then it ends up happening where people just get pissed off and they're like, you know what, forget about you. You can't
We
live up
used to
to
love
anything.
Rusty.
Yeah.
Where's the new thing, Rusty? Why didn't you make more of the thing I liked? Where's the new knife game? I've got all my fingers.
Do people try to tell you to do like Knife Game, like part 2 or something like that? Do another one. Do another one, Rusty.
I would argue the guillotine's part of the knife game, Jenna. What if the guillotine this whole time has just been an elaborate ruse to get to an all new, all different knife game song? The ultimate knife.
I don't know.
Oh, how about that?
Did we lose you, Rusty?
Oh, I think we totally lost him.
We totally lost him. Like, he's still there, but he's just like dead.
Yeah, he's died. We blew too much smoke up his ass, complimenting his page and his work.
Test 1.
There he is. Go. There's Rusty back. Hi, Russ.
I'm sorry about this.
Mr. Cage.
No, if you were still totally recording and everything didn't like crash on you, we don't have to clap again.
Yeah, I got OBS going, so it should be okay. Should be okay.
But all right, now I gotta stop again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, 1 second.
No problem. No worries.
All right, this is a pain in the ass. So for some reason it keeps having a latency. I had accidentally turned off my self-monitoring, and I was talking that whole time, but I didn't realize.
You know what?
It.
We could just use Charles's backup recording. It's totally fine.
I got the backup. We got the audio. We got the clean audio. We could use the backup for that, like 30 seconds of like dead air, like pull whatever Rusty was saying.
Let me see how I can fix this.
Okay.
Real quick. I'm sorry, I don't mean to hold. Do you have like live listeners?
No, it's just
live listeners.
We're not live yet.
Nobody cares.
I feel like
nobody cares until we put it out.
Oh, I think people care. When I told my Discord tonight, I was like, yeah, I'm talking Rusty in like 30 minutes, dude. It's gonna be lit.
Okay, let me try this real quick.
Well, why don't you bring them over here too?
To
this Discord.
I'll make a post. I'll do the exact same gimmick. I'll show you the post that I made that got everybody. I ripped this off from another meme guy who did the exact same gimmick, but it was a different meme that he used. And it was like this, it was like a FOMO thing. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to try that for my guys and see if that'll work. And I just happened to see the right meme, and it was a fantastic meme. I'll send it to you in a Twitter DM because I'm there and showing. There it is.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not really sure what I can do to prevent this from messing up again, but we might just have to keep clap syncing.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
It's really, as long as we're clapped, like we're good. Okay.
Okay. Well, all right. Now I'm recording again. I have to stop recording every time it messes up. Okay.
That's okay.
All right, time.gov. Yeah, on my list of stuff to talk about is AI stuff, Rusty's tent.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I want to talk about the tent.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. Because I've been.
We'll clap at 50.
Yeah. Let's clap at 50, and we'll get into the AI stuff.
Okay.
Natural stupidity meets artificial intelligence. That's the new thing, guys. I love AI tools. I feel like if I could have the artificial intelligence shoved all the way up my ass and out my nose and just let it do all of my breathing for me, I would.
I mean, there's some interesting things with AI for sure.
Oh, it's so good. It helps with everything. I feel like it has accelerated my meme game tremendously. Like there's where I was in February, and then there's where I am now in May. It has turned the volume so high on everything I'm doing. I can't keep playing with it enough. Like every new crazy tool I can get my hands on, like Midjourney, GPT, the Runway, they're so cool, and each one does a different thing. Runway can do text to video, and it is some of the craziest shit I've seen.
Shit!
Right. So there's one I saw from Gen 1 where it's Trump going fishing, and Trump catches an octopus from the bottom of the ocean, and then he walks the octopus, across the beach, goes to, he's like a chef Trump, and he's cooking the octopus. Then he has dinner with Obama and Joe Biden, and they eat the octopus, and it's very freaky every time they go to take a bite of this thing. It is a hilarious, weird, like every goofy hallucination thing that AI does, it is that, but just absurd.
Interesting. I'm really waiting for the video, more good video aspects of AI to come out.
And there's
a huge game changer.
There's another program called Wisecut that does a lot of crazy stuff too. But Gen 2 of the Runway, the text to video stuff was even crazier. Because the example I used was somebody had a fake beer commercial. There's a lot of these like fake restaurant commercials going around.
I saw that.
The fake beer
God, I
commercial
love the restaurant
so
commercials. Like the 90s commercials are so fucking.
No one knows how to eat spaghetti.
Stupid.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Oh, it's
the pizza
great.
one. I've seen the pizza one. I've seen the pizza chicken nugget one. They're so good, and it's like it is food. Like come down and eat with us. We are food. I'm like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, it's
like they absorb the food.
It's one of those things where it's like, all right, how quickly is this going to move, and how much is this going to take away from human creativity or even necessity to be creative? Since it's going to make a lot of things obsolete, a lot for the better and a lot for the worse. I'm trying to figure out in my head, what is that going to be? Is content just going to be shit, or is it going to be obvious when someone's using AI or when they're not? How's this going to... Because like for art, for instance, there was a debate, I imagine, that was happening when digital art was getting popular, or people using iPads rather than, pen and paper to do whatever they're doing. And it didn't really seem like it mattered too much. Like people accept digital art really well, but will they start accepting AI art in replace of actual human-made art? Yeah. Or is it just going to be another tool like Photoshop?
I think it's a tool.
We use Photoshop all the time and no one cares.
I think the way it is now, the way I've been using it, is definitely as a tool, especially something like GPT. Having the GPT do all the work for you, that's no good. Think of it like a sculptor, like the block of marbles there. All you have to do is start chipping away at it and figure out which pieces to carve off. And then, it's almost like Play-Doh or something. You have to put pieces back on. Like, no, that's wrong. No, put this back in. He didn't die. He's still alive. You got that wrong. Right. And you can have it write out stories or help, it's really good for brainstorming and bullet pointing and that sort of stuff. Like it's good at like GPT-3 can go really fast, but GPT-4 can think a little clearer. and there's a lot of things that are now using GPT-4 as like their base. So like Bing uses it. I think Google's using a version of that, and you can pay for the actual OpenAI version.
Now, is GPT-4, is that up to real time, or is that still only up until 2021 of the knowledge that it's using?
So you can get plugins for it now. I think there's like a beta program you can opt in for and use plugins to hook it to the internet, and so it'll have like now data, which
That's
is
what I want.
Oh man, it's lit. It is. I've seen it come up with some really crazy stuff, and
because I use it a lot for research. Just as just a tool, it helps me out if I'm trying to figure out all the lawsuits that have been put against someone like Pfizer or Nestle or something. I can ask it just to give me all of the lawsuits and list them, and then it gets a little messy here when I say, okay, can you link me to websites with these lawsuits so that talk more about them, so I can actually have the references or the sources. Then a lot of those, if I'm still using the 2021 data, those pages are all dead, but you can still kind of find them, and it's definitely helpful instead of just Googling it, because Google is paid for, and they can have results squashed or put way down on the search results. And whatnot.
Jenna might not know this, but Nestle might be the most evil company that's ever existed. It's so lit. They are. Oh, Jenna.
Why?
Because they're evil. Because they're greedy.
That's every corporation.
Yeah, but Nestle takes it to a whole new level. Like they take it to the next level. It's like they've stolen water from
strawberry
people.
Milk. But strawberry milk, how could somebody so evil make such great fucking
Jenna,
product
I don't
that I
care.
have? Like,
I don't like strawberry milk. I haven't had. I don't think I've had a new Nesquik since you had to open it up and it was in a metal like jar. Like it's been that long. You didn't know that Nesquik used to come in a metal, like it was like a tin. Oh man, you had to lift up on the thing, and it was
I buy the pre-made. I don't buy the mixture one.
Oh, you want those little pre-made dealies? See, I'm like Rusty. I want to make my own. I want the ingredients. I want to make my own Nesquik.
Make your own milk.
That's right. I want to live off the land. My own Nesquik. My own chalky milk.
It reminded me. How much pandemic spaghetti do you still have left, Rusty?
I have a ton of spaghetti. That's gonna last me a long, long time, and that's okay because it started out a little bit as a joke, but I really do have a lot of food stored and saved away. I got pasta because it lasts for a long time, especially when you have it in, sealed bins with like the oxygen tablets and whatnot.
Oh, that's great.
I probably bought too much, but really I'll never need to buy spaghetti for a few years.
So like, are you coming to VidCon, or are you going to make us some wings? Some Rusty's favorite is Rusty's famous wings.
Rusty's
I want
He's
the
got a
charred
wings recipe.
wings. Yeah.
No one would like my wings recipe because I have a very particular autistic taste when it comes to chicken wings, and I like them
charred.
Well done.
Do you wash your chicken before you cook it? Do you put it in Dawn?
No. Should I?
Some people do.
Don't do that.
There's a few gentlemen out there. A few fine gentlemen.
Generation of people.
There's a few gentlemen out there that do that sort of thing. It's what they do. I don't know. Like the lid full of bleach to like avoid ptomaine poisoning. Okay, I can understand that. If you grew up in a generation or had somebody in your ear that had to like suffer with ptomaine poisoning, okay, sure.
But people
Dawn.
like weird cooking
wash
shit.
It with Dawn.
Yeah.
People like the weird, like, I'm going to go ahead and taste this. One of my favorite channels on YouTube is called, fucking hell, New England Wildlife and More. And there's no wildlife. Like, you wouldn't even, he just opens, like, old, like, MREs and cans and collects shit, and he'll try it. And he's autistic as fuck. Like, but he's so entertaining. He'll just be like, okay, I'm going to cook this here. This is a can from 1930. And he'll do like the pH, like lead testing and everything. Oh, wow. And I'm like obsessed. But then like somebody who made really, really, really shitty food, a channel that I watched and I thought was like really kind of wholesome. And then I found out like the guy was like a pedophile. Like
what?
Months later, he was like, his name was Featureman. And he was doing just all of like these really cheap food. Like he'd sit there and like he would cook hamburger, and then he would like saute his onions like in the fucking like meat fat, and it was just bizarre and weird. And I always watched it. And then I wake up one morning to Muda being like, "Hey, so your favorite featureman, he went to prison because he like diddled kids like back in the 70s or something."
Ugh,
I was like,
that's
"No, why?
gross.
Why?"
No more content from featuremen.
Oh, he tried to backpedal, and then like more shit came out, and then he was just like on a deleting spree, and then nobody's
Try to
heard for him.
backpedal. Like, what is he saying? Well, they're not kids anymore.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. He was literally thinking that people couldn't like go on the internet. He was so much of a fucking boomer old man that he didn't know people could go on the internet and look up like what somebody does. Like, the people can just look up any court record, because he did like a video that it's like, this is what I cooked when I was in jail. Like, this is jailhouse food. And then people, like, his name is pretty known. They went in and he said what like county it was, Clark County, like out in Nevada. And people looked it up, and then they were like, oh, well,
wow.
Oh boy.
This is pretty bad. So that's what ended up happening. So I'm pretty sad. So if anything happens with New England wildlife or more, I'm gonna be super pissed.
So he had already been arrested, and they just found out about it.
Yeah, they found out about it because he talked about like what he used to make. Like this is jailhouse food. I did a little bit of time back in the 70s, so he technically kind of outed himself. And then like he doesn't know how Reddit works. He doesn't understand how Reddit works. So
yeah.
That's what ended up happening. So his channel's pretty much like it's dead. He's like deleted everything. I think that was like monetized. And then some people were like, will you leave him alone and everything? And it was just like,
what's it called? I want to look into this.
Featureman.
Oh,
Feature man.
Okay, cool.
So this dude's busted. So he's done, right? Like he's like EDP done.
He's like EDP done. And there's actually
EDP just
like
moved over to TikTok.
He did.
Ugh.
He did.
It seems like he's doing all right on TikTok. It's
God,
is weird.
Is he still doing the Eagles fly and all the goofy stuff?
I don't really know, because I just don't look at his content. I've never actually watched any of it before, and my audio just fucked up.
I only know him from memes. I've seen him.
Your
on
audio
memes.
fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give you another minute. No worries.
Okay, we'll pick it up at I only know him from memes.
I'm sorry about this.
No, it's
okay.
It's okay.
We've
I
had
gotta fix my computer.
We've had errors go way worse than this.
Oh, we've like recorded for like an hour and a half before, and everything just like
I lost a 3-hour Aliens podcast.
I would much rather have this than like knowing that it's gone at all.
In like 2010, 2011, we did an Alien series retrospective. We went for like 3 hours and just gone to the wind. The recording just completely ate it on both ends. It's like, oh.
Well, we had a guy that like fucked up like twice. It was just like we told him. And both times he was like recording in a really, really noisy atmosphere.
It's like Ed Wood.
Where we couldn't hear him. And it's like, and we gave him like another chance with this. And it was just like, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I can't do it.
Like Ed Wood would record when he would write scripts. It was like at parties. So he'd be surrounded by people, like music playing and craziness. And he's writing a script about, drag queens or whatever. Monsters.
Oh, you're saying. All right, let's do 50.
All right,
let's go back to time.gov.
Oh, well, maybe.
We're here.
4,
okay.
3, 2. All right.
Okay. I only know the dude from memes. I remember seeing memes of that dude, of him going off about the
Cupcake.
Eagles. It was a lot of him going off about the Eagles and being like, just like a loud, crazy dude. There's a lot of guys like that who only exist for me in memes, so I don't really know. Like that was where I found out about the avocado guy, and it was, like the more I look into the avocado guy, because it just seemed like the most nightmare hell world that he's built. Then I'm starting to wonder, like there's people that have tried to explain, like, well, no, it's all kayfabe. He's doing like a bit. It's a gimmick.
I think he's actually lying about his renal failure, like his kidney failure.
So he's having renal failure. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, supposedly he's got renal failure, and he is sitting somewhere, and you can't tell, but I haven't seen him take a for dialysis. I have to maybe look at his TikTok. He hasn't taken a picture of his dialysis machine. If you're on dialysis, if he's like end stage, like he's saying that he is, then he needs to go at least like 3 times a week. So I don't see a shunt, like the port of access where you would to like. I've seen none of that, so I actually think he's lying.
Are you trying to tell me, Jenna, that
somebody's
somebody
lying on the
would
internet?
go
No
online and just make something up crazy about how they just look into a microphone? Because you look into they just say into a microphone, "Oh, hey guys, my house burned down. I lost everything. Oh, hey guys."
Lie on the internet. Everybody knows that you're not allowed to lie on the internet. It's a law.
God.
Yeah, I mean, what's up with Nico Avocado? I mean, did he do this as performance art to get fat, or did he just happen to get fat doing his thing and just rolled with it?
Lost 90 pounds.
There's so much more to it than just eating this food. There's the crying. There's the gay stuff. There's the violin playing. Like there's a lot. It's a tangled web that the more I hear about it, the more like put off and grossed out I'm just like, I don't want. I've seen too much of this guy. I want nothing to do with this fat man. Be gone, fat man.
Yeah, he's someone who I've never seen his content.
I don't think I've ever seen like a long form. I just see the memes of him like stomping around or crying and eating.
That he actually just fucking really like bipolar as shit. That's all
I could see that. I could see that because I've seen clips of him freaking out, throwing shit at his boyfriend and crying and. I don't know.
It's supposedly like his husband is the mastermind of everything. But
maybe, I don't know. If he is, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant writer. If that's the case.
But what I thought that he was like, I thought like him living in that apartment was like a shtick or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. He doesn't own like a big old house. Like you would think with like all the channels that he's hustling on YouTube, like he uploads daily. Like,
really?
Not just talking about like TikToks. It's like, and he uploads daily, and he's got like fucking like 3 or 4 channels. He uploads to just about every fucking day. So he's constantly just doing content. And I was under the impression that he was probably making a shit ton of money, but I guess that's not the case.
See, I've heard YouTube even pushed him. They were like, "Oh, look at this wholesome, nice guy eating food."
I think they stopped pushing him. I heard that they're actually going to start putting a little bit. They're throwing the gauntlet down a little bit more on the mukbangs.
I hope so. That shit.
They should. It's gross.
It's disgusting.
It is. Yes.
It's gross fetish content that needs banned off the internet.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. It's really weird. What I hate most about it is I use YouTube all the time for recipes and for cooking instruction videos, and when I'm looking shit up and all the results are just people like, "Oh, I'm just gonna eat a shitload of lobster and click my fingernails together and other weird shit." Like
it's awful.
It's gross. And no, just show me a good lobster recipe.
Yeah. You know what? I did this and I made a video on this like 3 years ago. Where, we started off from people doing like food reviews. Like, we had like review of the week and everything. And, they'd get food and like, oh, this is Taco Bell's new thing. We started out pretty much like food reviews to, I can eat this food as fast as I can to, I'm just going to sit here and eat this food and give story time to now I'm just going to sit here and eat this food. Like we've devolved so much, when it comes to, so it's like, it's actually fucking next. People are just sitting down and eating. Some of them aren't even talking. So what comes next? Because it's going to keep devolving, but it's like, how,
I'm not going to lie. About 6-7 years ago, I was uploading this content. 0 words, just sitting there eating an entire head of broccoli or a can of beans.
See, that's funny though.
10 minutes.
That's good. Yeah, that's Rusty Cage good content though. For you, for your brand and what you do, you sitting there eating a raw can of beans. That's like performance art. That's like the Rusty Cage like spin on a mukbang.
Sure. Yeah. I still want to do it again, but I don't know. Too many irons in the pot to be eating food or getting into mukbang. What YouTube needs is a way to block content by hashtag or something like that. So I can take mukbang and say, I don't want to see anything that is considered this or it's in the description or the metadata. Just cut it out.
That'd be great. Because I'm so, like, the mukbang thing is so gross. seeing these women and like these weird looking dudes,
the nails, like
dipping the food into stuff.
With like, have you seen the ones with like the fucking like 8-inch fucking like press on nails,
like Flojo nails?
Disgusting to me.
It's awful. It's so
fake
fucking
fingernails
gross.
already like mess me up. I just have this weird aversion to them, probably just because they're fake. But yeah, add that with, I don't know. Just thinking about it, I don't know why it's so gross to me, but
I wonder what that is. What it's like the uncanny valley things. Like we can smell that it's not real, and it's like, ugh. Like you see those women that have had way too much plastic surgery, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
this is a monster woman.
It's unnatural. It's something that looks unnatural, so it kind of like it's off-putting, and especially when they're like that long, and then they like do like the tapping, like they're eating, and they're like taking it, and they're like dunking it in some sauce.
It's always like brown, watery, like gross shit.
Tapping. It's like melted butter with like a bunch of like fucking like seasoning in it, and it's so disgusting. It's so bad.
God, what has like YouTube is a hell site. YouTube is just I mean, I feel like all of these social media platforms all have their problems, but YouTube in particular is just woo.
Probably because it's just been around for so long.
It's the big one, right? Like that's got to be why it's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have been spending a lot less time watching content on YouTube. I don't really know if it's because there's not a lot of content I'm interested in, or I just find myself not wanting to watch long form videos. Probably because I'm getting sucked into the ADD addiction of like TikTok and just swiping through quick content that I don't have to be invested in.
Instant gratification.
Oh, I've seen people just completely zombified by that shit, where they just sit there open mouth for hours. And it's like full volume, like all this goofy shit. Oh no, oh no,
can't we bring back just like 10, 15-minute videos? Like all videos nowadays have to be fucking 45 minutes long.
That's too long for me. That's weird. I didn't know. Like when did that shift from the 10-minute, 15-minute to 45
because
to an
like
hour?
Somehow the algorithm started like rewarding that like around like a year and a half ago ish. Like it really, people that were doing the longer forms, it started picking up more. And so people were just like, I gotta make like a fucking 45-minute video. And
Turkey
no,
Tom
you
does
don't,
that every
please.
week.
Yeah. He's like, you gotta do the 45. And it's like, I can't sit through them. I just can't, unless it's something that's really, unless it's a topic. And it doesn't happen a lot, especially with like commentary. I just kind of want to get in and out.
Yeah, right. Like, give me the gist. I'm gonna have to watch some of these videos because it's been a while. I don't think I've seen any of his longer ones, but I just want to see, what do you even talk about for 45 minutes?
Yeah,
especially with commentary. How can you care about anything like a person or a drama for that long? I know people like it. I mean, people listen to it, but from the writing perspective, and maybe it's just me because I'm not into it, I just could not figure out. I wouldn't be able to figure out how to write 45 minutes on
me either. It's
really any topic unless it's shifting around.
Everybody always tells me that, like, oh, you should probably do commentary. And I was like, if I had to sit down and do like a drama commentary, sit down and write that, I would want to fucking put a 45 in my mouth. That sounds like the most miserable shit ever to do. And I'm not saying that I don't ever enjoy that stuff, because that's not true. There are sometimes there are silly little dramas that go on that are like the really low stakes shit. I'm not talking
you put
about
it on in the background and you don't have to sit there and watch it. You can listen to it. Like,
such and such and so and so.
I want to know what happened, but for the most part, I know about most stuff. Yeah, like if it's like a low stakes little like stupid shit, I'm going to be really interested in that for like a certain time. And then I'm going to get bored with it really, really quickly. Just like, you know, the internet has like fish brain and ADD too, because they get bored with it too. And they'll just hold on to drama. I mean, I muted the word iDubbbz a couple of days ago on Twitter just because I got so fucking tired of it. Like,
I feel tired of it too. I feel tired of the iDubbbz story.
I've been tired of it.
Like this guy, I you know, it's one of those things where it's trending. So I feel like, well, I got to bust out all my iDubbbz memes. Here we go. It's like, oh, it's all so tiresome. Like, I feel like, you know, like today there was a story of somebody popular, like a Twitch streamer that had gotten into it with her husband or boyfriend or something. It's like, I don't really want to comment on this. I don't care. Like, that's their shit. Like, it's drama. Like, it's personal stuff. Like, I don't I don't really want to talk about that. That's not interesting to me. I want to talk about stuff that I want to talk about. I want to sing songs and be silly. Like, that's not what people are following me for, is like the drama and the oh man, did you hear what such and such did? Did you hear what Jenna did? Ooh, guess what Rusty's up to?
The funny thing is like about a year ago, I got in a beef with somebody, and then like a year later, like everybody was like, oh, you know what? You were right about that person. And I was like, I know. I just had to like bide my time. I'm not going to go on like a hate campaign and like fucking A-log everything that they do. You know, I have a life. I don't give a shit, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I just don't really care about that much, but it's like, I'm kind of sad that I didn't go to Creator Clash though, because, you know.
Oh, it was fun.
I got FOMO so fucking bad because it was like, it was just too much for me going on at that time, or I couldn't travel right then. So like I was like seriously like FOMOing, like seeing all you guys' like Instagram and like Twitter videos and shit. It was like pretty sad.
I'm just gonna start posting like I'm at those places.
Like I saw like all those videos from you guys' like B&B, and I was like, oh, I want to go hang out.
I'm sorry, my audio fucked up again.
That's okay.
Okay, so we'll pick it back up.
We'll go restart.
Let me write that down.
Oh man. All right. I hate that this is happening on your show, but I'm glad it's happening this frequently, so I don't. So
like I said, I'm glad that you caught it every single time, so that way when we stitch it together, like we're not like, well, where did he go? And then we had like a whole hour where we talked, and you know, we had no idea where you dropped off. So no, it's totally fine.
Yeah, we'll try to.
It seems like it's doing it about every 8 minutes.
Really?
I feel like it's been about 20. Yeah. We got about 20, right?
This last one,
seems a little bit longer than 8 minutes, but I could be wrong.
Test one. What's happening now? It's like
sibilance.
Hello, test. Okay, let me start recording again. If this keeps happening, then I don't know. I'll just fuck it. Just did it again.
We'll kind of talk about Creator Clash a little bit, and then we'll like wrap.
Yeah, we'll try to bring it home. I wanted to mention the tent and talk about that a little bit, and then we'll plug everybody's crap. And
I gotta ask about when you caught strays. I have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, but when I start recording, then it's fucking up. Oh my god. Test one. Hello. Let's see how long this lasts. Test one. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
We'll clap at 25.
25. Oh, whoops.
22. All right. Yeah, so I was like having like serious like Creator Clash FOMO because I saw this picture, another picture that like Brittany took, and it was like Wang and like Art were like getting like a lizard, and I was like, I'm so sad. It's like, I hate missing little things like this. But
that was fun. We had everyone at the Airbnb.
We're so sad.
That was the coolest part. I mean, that's why I like these events. It's mainly just hanging out with the creators. Yeah. But unlike VidCon, where the actual event is a little bit boring.
It's way boring. Like last year, we only went for like an hour.
I can't believe people
we were just like hanging out the rest of the time.
Who wants to go and see the Bozo YouTube? Like the clean, like mainstream, the YouTube.
We didn't even know who the fuck anybody was last year. But like really? we were there for like an hour and a half, like less than 2 hours for sure. We're walking around, and then there was like this panel, and there was like a bunch of people like going apeshit, and we're looking, and we're like, who the fuck are these people? And then we found out they're from TikTok.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Who are you people? And it was like, I was like, what the fuck?
I think the most viral I've gone was on TikTok, I think, as far as like meme stuff goes.
Yeah, but then you got your account yeeted, so.
I'm still on TikTok.
Oh, are you?
I'm still on TikTok.
I thought you got yeeted for some reason. But only Rusty can go to an event to hang out with friends and then catch some strays later on.
Right.
You caught strays?
I got caught up in the iDubbbz drama.
You did.
I didn't watch the video until on my timeline it was like Rusty. I saw Wavy's tweet, Rusty catching strays on the Brandon Buckingham video, and I was like, what the fuck is Rusty getting dragged into this shit now? Like, what the fuck happened?
Because I opened my big mouth and I wore it was because I posted a tweet.
Oh my god!
Someone
a tweet
holding a sign that said "Froggy Fresh did nothing wrong."
Nothing wrong.
Oh yeah, the guy that did nothing wrong.
So she just came up to you and said that really wasn't cool.
Yeah, and so I was just retelling that story really late at night to Brandon Buckingham for his video, and then that clip made it to the iDubbbz. I forget the name of the video where he was just kind of tearing apart the whole situation and trying to backpedal on his decision to kick Froggy Fresh out of the event. Yeah. It didn't really make sense in the context of the video. I'm not sure why he even put it in there. All the comments that I read remarking on it, everyone just seemed confused. Like it didn't help his narrative at all.
I think
it just seemed like a weird side shot at me because I
yeah.
I thought it was, I only thought it was weird because it was just like, I think it's just weird to approach somebody at a party. Like you should feel pretty accomplished for putting on a pretty large event to go and single somebody out over one tweet.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. It was definitely petty, unnecessary. I didn't think it was an adult thing to do. Now, I'm not saying I'm the most adult and I don't get petty at times. I did go to their event wearing a Froggy Fresh shirt and I did take a picture and post it on Twitter. But either way, none of it really matters.
It doesn't.
My life is not affected by that. It's like if they really took that much offense, it's like, get the fuck over yourself. Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care. I was in the video. It's what does it matter?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's negatively affect me.
It's not going to change anything. Rusty's going to go back home to his tent, sit next to his guillotine, start playing his banjo or whatever.
He's the least drama person on YouTube. Like, what in the fuck?
Like Rusty does.
It would be great if I was doing it. If I wasn't working on this series, maybe I would make some content about it. But it's like this. I can't.
Oh, it's so beneath you. Like you got real shit to do. You ain't got time to talk about some.
You have a tent.
Bozo
you have
coming
a tent
up to
that
you.
looks like how old?
What about the streets?
So is it like? Is it an old tent or is it supposed to look like it's old?
No, I think that's the design of it. I don't think those are really old tents, but it's definitely that style that they've been using for at least 100 years.
Looks very military surplus to me. It looks like it's got that kind of look, that aesthetic.
Yeah, I enjoy it because it's got a lot of room on the inside. It's got vents at the top. I want to actually put an AC in it. I don't know how long it would stay air conditioned.
You probably get one of those portable units.
It gets sticky. It gets
those
really sticky.
They got these ones. It's got like a big, almost like those like the dryer hose kind of thing. Like it sits out in the middle of the floor. One of those dealies would probably do well.
Yeah, I have one of those, and it's too loud, and it might just be a waste of energy, especially since it pulls the moisture out of the air, I think, as well. So having that outside in a tent might just be a dumb idea. I might as well just get used to the heat. And, Jen, you said got to get all this work done before the Florida heat kicks in. It's already kicking in. It's up there.
I think the Florida heat starts in like February.
You got to do it before love bug season, right?
When is love bug season? I'm not.
Oh, you don't have love.
We do, but sometimes I feel like they're disappearing. I don't know. I don't see them as much as I did years back.
I went it was somewhere in northern Florida, like years and years and years ago, and it was like I went in like August, and I'm like, what the fuck are these little bugs attached to like the fucking ass everywhere? And they're like, it's love bug season. I'm like, what the fuck? There's love season. There's no tide, which is just disgusting. It just makes everything smell like this was like in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So it was like they had low tide. It was like love bug season, low tide. Every single like mosquito bug, what have you,
the mosquitoes are the worst thing here for sure.
Fucking 4 times the size in Florida than they are everywhere
what's going on
else.
with those bugs?
Dude, I live in a swamp. I mean, where I'm at now is the worst I've ever seen mosquitoes anywhere. Ugh. And I'm trying just to eradicate them from my yard, from my neighbor's yard, if I think they have any standing water out. But I can't get rid of them, and they are horrendous. So that's the worst thing about working outside. I can get used to the heat, but the mosquitoes really get on my fucking everything.
Well, it's really not the heat; it's the humidity out there.
Yeah. That's
oh god,
it's like a wet heat.
The one thing I can't portray in the videos is how bad I smell at the end of the day.
Maybe
like if
you
you've been
get
out there for 12 hours in a Florida swamp. I think everybody can kind of.
I tell you what we get. We get you some of those old Smell-O-Vision cards.
Okay.
They had them for a John Waters movie, and they had them for one of the Rugrats movies, Smell-O-Vision, where it's like a scratch and sniff dealy. We get
I'll
that.
rub my armpits with it, and I can send them out to patrons.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, people would literally
have one that's lemonade scented. Have one that's like armpits
on your guillotine patches you're selling. Just like do like a little rub over it. It's just like get that extra like umph. Oh my god, that would be beautiful.
That's Rusty's version of the farts in the jar that the OnlyFans whores are selling.
Oh my god, we're on to something now.
Yes, bottled Rusty
that would be
sweat.
Pretty tight to make a Smell-O-Vision. Just have the whole card, and and people look at the timestamps on the card, and whenever
beautiful
they in the video, they scratch it.
Beautiful.
It would be cool to incorporate a lot more interactive things like that. I'm working on some stuff now with Red Reveal, which is a lighting effect where you can have codes that appear when you view an image through a red lens.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember that from back in the day.
So it's like the old 3D technology.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the blue-red stuff. Yeah.
And I did a few effects in one of the videos, in the third video, but it was really slight. I was more of just testing it out, but I really want to go ham on it for this stuff.
That's really lit. The big example I can think of is a movie called 13 Ghosts. Not the remake with Matthew Lillard, but the old one where you have to put the things on to see the ghosts. Like, that's a great gimmick. Such a good gimmick.
Do it.
Yeah, if I could, it's easier to do the red glasses, Red Reveal thing whenever it's in print than when it's on a screen because the color changes. But if I can figure that out, I'll definitely be.
I think Rusty's held back by YouTube. I think these YouTube and video stuff. I think if Rusty was to put out the big Rusty Cage DVD, the Rusty Cage movie, I don't know what I'm thinking of in my head. Maybe it's the Road Show, and it's a DVD of the live show of Rusty Cage Hits the Road, Rusty Cage and Friends, where it's like here's 10 minutes of Eggman doing Eggy stuff, and here's 10 minutes of Mumkey doing Mumkey stuff.
Hell yeah!
The Three Stooges used to do these these variety shows. I read about it in their book where there would be like a guy who was a bear act who would come out and wrestle a bear, and then there would be like a dancing girl who would come out and do ballerina shit. Then out comes Larry with his damn violin. He was a virtuoso violin guy. They met him on the road and just happened to get along with him real well. Like, he just became part of their crew. And then,
I mean, vaudeville acts are tight. Oh, gee, just reminded me. There was a traveling circus act that hit me up asking they want to do the Knife Game song.
Whoa, that'd be cool.
I think I should just let them. Like, I don't know how to license something like that out.
I think we have lawyer friends who could figure out a way to draw up some paperwork about that. I'm sure there's a way to do that.
Sometimes
you should talk to Gamer, talk to Art.
Yeah, Gamer from Mars would probably be the guy to talk to.
Art about that.
I think there's definitely a way, even if you just got the plug, and now YouTube, Rusty Cage.
There's a rock to get money out of it. Art's gonna fucking get it out of there.
It's the featuring the live.
Happen.
Yeah,
he will.
I love everything Rusty's up to. He's got the comic book. It's these bums in the neighborhood. Like it's a real cool concept. He's got YouTube. It's Rusty Cage. He's got TikTok. What's the TikTok now?
I think that's period Rusty Cage.
Yeah, Rusty's
probably pop up.
Rusty's burned through a few TikToks. That happens. in the game, it happens. Some of my best friends, my meme guy brothers, have gone through many accounts. Rusty's got the music. You can find his music on Spotify, Amazon Prime, stuff like that. It is, you listed some of those songs, like the memes of like the White Girls Fuck Dog song. Like, that's very funny. But
every single time that's even implied.
Every time
I tag Rusty on Twitter every time anything's implied. I think everybody tags Rusty every single time it's implied.
And there's not a single dog that gets fucked by a white girl that I don't know about.
Yeah, she could be fucking them in China and you'll know about it.
I'll
exactly.
Be the first to know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a funny song. And I had the I was working my Square job one day, and I just happened to have it on, and one of my coworkers goes, "What do you listen to?" I said, "Oh, here you go." Pulled out the AirPod and handed it to him. And he goes, "White girls fuck dogs. What the fuck is this?"
Well, like, literally, anytime anything happens like that, that's the way that it actually like plays out, you know. So it's like, where's the lie?
They really fuck them. It is what it is. That's a very funny song. Yeah, but Rusty's got some really legitimate stuff. You can find like music videos that he's done, like the Taxi Driver one. Like, he's a real creative guy. That's what I'm saying here. Rusty Cage. If you don't know who Rusty Cage is, you should. I feel like Rusty Cage is one of the most creative dudes working today online. Jenna,
I appreciate that.
What have you got going on?
What were you gonna say, Rusty?
I was just gonna say, you just go to my YouTube channel and you'll see everything.
Okay, Jenna, what do you got going on, Jenna? Where can we find Dojins?
I swear to God, I'm working on something on my channel.
You swear on this Bible?
I swear.
Swear on the Quran? Swear on this copy of Spider-Man I'm holding in my hand? It's an issue with Venom.
It's a good topic.
It better be a good topic. It better be a groin-grabbingly good topic.
If you like Firefest, you will like this topic, like for sure. So I swear to God, I'm working on it.
That sounds good. Everybody.
Same places.
Everybody, if you love
What are you working on, Charles?
Oh, Jenna, I've got a lot of stokes in the fire. I've got some products I'm cooking up slowly that I hope to slowly start announcing and showing off to people more and more. My AI tools have helped accelerate quite a bit. But I've got my YouTube channel, youtube.com/CharlesCon. I've got all sorts of tabletop gaming content on there now where I do silly voices. Some of the fantasy art and stuff. You may recognize a certain Rusty Cage as one of the characters. It may or may not be him. You don't know. It's him.
Wait, what?
I did AI art. I figured out how to do AI art, and I took a bunch of YouTubers.
He did a bunch of AI art of everybody.
So I had Wang.
I had outhouses. You had Wang coming out of an outhouse. You had me coming out like out of outhouses. Like with the I don't know why, but I just like opened up like
are funny. That's why. That's literally why. I'm on. I have a few different Twitter accounts right now. Meme Bastard's probably the big one. You got the Memes Lich. I'm that one. Rate This Setup. Real Weird Sickos might be everybody listening to this's favorite for all the weirdest content I have. Everybody loves that stuff. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere.
And like, just subscribe to the channel. Like, a lot of you guys are freeloaders. Stop freeloading and sub.
Yeah, if you like what we're doing, like the video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. That way, YouTube knows to show you when we do a new video. That's all it is. Okay, that's it. I think we're done. Bye-bye, everybody. Rusty Cage, thank you so much. Mwah!
Thank you.
Give him a big kiss on the lips. That's right. Bye.
Bye, guys.